I am Baruch Levy B from Defiant Spirit. I want to talk to you today, to the men in particular, or to all of those of you who have men in your life, which is every wife, every mother, every sister, every colleague. They're in your life. And that's why I work with men and I speak to men. I'm so passionate about this topic. I have men coming through those doors every day. And the men that come to work with me are sick and tired of sleepwalking through their life. They, tend to be very successful out in the world. They're perceived as the definition of success a lot of the time, money in the bank and the beautiful partner and the great kids and all of that. And yet they can't feel it. They don't own it. They want to be all in their life. They're tired of sleepwalking through life. There are so many men that I see out there that I talk to on a daily basis who want more, who need more, who have followed the regimen that they were told would bring them happiness. They went to college, they have the degrees, and they got married and all of the things they were supposed to do. But why do they want more? Because we all need a deeper purpose in our lives. My teacher and mentor, Viktor Frankl, called it the why, right? And he wrote this in the Holocaust, or he at least lived by it in the Holocaust. It was paraphrasing Friedrich Nietzsche. If you have your why, you can endure anyhow. I would say more than endure. You can figure out all the hows, but so few people I know in general, guys I know in particular, know their why. And so they just wake up somewhere in the middle of life, almost always because of what I call, Kabbalah calls a shattering. It could be the death of a friend or a parent. It could be a marriage that's falling apart. It could be some type of diagnosis. Could be financial, bankruptcy, professional downturn, whatever it might be. Something comes along and shatters the illusion that the old game plan no longer works anymore. And so they end up in these chairs here looking for that deeper meaning, that purpose, to find their why. It's baffling to me how few people know what that even means. I mean, maybe they know what it means, but they can't answer it. I'll say to these guys, what's the why for your company? And they'll rattle off the vision, mission, values statements that they spent tremendous amount of money on working with a consultant to get boiled down to that beautiful, saying on the wall. And then I say, no. What's your why? What's your why for being here? And they share with me their Hallmark card version of their why. Be a good man, good dad, good husband, blah, 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 bullshit. Your why is not a platitude. Your why is your blueprint. It's who you are and what you're doing here. That why is what keeps you going when you're in the trenches, when you're in the thick of it, when you're having your ass handed to you by the world, by whatever struggle is presenting itself to you. You need that why. If you don't have that why, my friends, you are screwed, because life will eventually strip you of everything externally, materially. And as Viktor Frankl says, there's one thing and one thing alone that life can't strip from you, but you can give it away. And that is the defiant power of your spirit. So it's time to stop spending time on the golf course, on playing poker with the buddies, or doing, things to just keep you occupied, keep you busy. It is time to spend at least that much time that you would spend on the golf course digging into who are you? What are you about? Why are you here? If you can't answer that, then you haven't fulfilled your purpose in life as a man, as a human being. I'm sorry. I love you. I'll be here for you, but that's just the hard and fast truth. You're going to stand one day before the Creator or on your deathbed and have to answer to your family, or go to the mirror and look at it and respect that man staring back. And if you can't ask yourself this question and answer this question, what's my why? Then I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care how many degrees you have from university. I don't care how much your community looks up to you and wants to be with you and all those things. Those are nice, but those are not essential. A man who doesn't have his why is frankly not a man rising up in his life. And that's why, I do this work, Defiant Spirit Men's Coaching, because I can't watch any more of my brothers sleepwalk through life. I have seen the consequences of it firsthand. My father ended up killing himself because he didn't have a why. Yes, there are other circumstances at play, but the long and short of it is a man who has a why, who can articulate his why, and who lives his why would never opt out of this life prematurely because he would have too much to do. And yes, even at the end, even especially on your deathbed, we have to find our why. We have to articulate our why. We have to live our why. So men, stop effing around. Every time I say F, I get triggered in YouTube algorithms. So I won't say it anymore, but stop effing around. It's time to wake up. It's time to rise up in the second half of life. Check out defiantspirit.org where we can work together one-on-one. Jump over to manuprising.org where you can join one of our Man Uprising peer groups for men ready to rise up in the second half of life. I'll talk to you in the next video.